Hi guys! Okay, this is me on The Things I Think, and I have a special guest here today, my friend Alex, and we're going to talk about what it's like being transgender.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I am a female to male transgender.
So we're first going to start with defining transgender.
Transgender is when your sex, which is what you're born as, is different than what you see yourself internally. Because what you see yourself internally is your gender.
And how would you say that gender is different from sex?
Your gender doesn't have to match your sex. It doesn't have to match what you were born with. For example, I am female to male transgendered.
Meaning?
That my sex is female, but I see myself as a male.
And have you always seen it like that?
I have. Just growing up, I was always thought that I was just a tomboy. As I got older, I started seeing myself as the firstborn son, the leader of my family. People would say, "Hey, Allie." There's always this voice in my head that says, "No, you're Alex. You're not Allie. You're not a girl." When we go dressing, get clothes for the new school year, I'd always want to wear boys' clothes because I felt more right in the boys' section. It was just awkward going to that girls' area. It just didn't feel right at all.
So transgender, does that mean you're gay?
Actually,
because you're born as a female, so if you're a female technically and you're dating other female, does that mean you're gay?
Well, technically, even though my sex is female, my gender is male, and I want people to see me by my gender, technically I am a heterosexual, but I'm still part of the LGBTQ community. My senior year of high school, actually, 3 years ago. I didn't start acting out about it until probably 2 years ago. My second semester, my freshman year, I created a different profile page on Facebook for Alex, and I started telling my friends. Yes.
Of college.
Yeah, of college.
Yeah.
That's when I started telling my friends, I see myself as a guy. Please use male pronouns, and this is who I am.
And for those of you who don't understand the whole pronoun thing, and how important it is, can you explain to them how you feel about pronouns and why it's such a big deal?
A pronoun is part of your identity. Everything is very black and white in linguistics, English, and how we speak. So when someone sees themselves as a male and you say him and he, it feels great because you feel like your friend's accepting you, and that's how you feel like you should be spoken about, and that's how you see yourself, and it's just reconfirming that.
How do you feel when people say she or her?
It's just that feeling like you're not quite there yet. You wonder, do they still see you as a girl?
Were you scared when you came out as this? How did you tell people at first?
In 2009, I told my mom that I was attracted to women. By that terms, I was technically a lesbian. I was technically a lesbian for many years. When I told my mom and my family about my gender, it was a little bit easier in that sense because I already knew that they were accepting and loving.
Have you ever had issues with girls because of being transgender?
Well, ever since I came out about my transgender, no girls. The first girl that I really told, I really, really loved her. She said, if you really were a real boy, I would go out with you. And the only thing that went through my mind was, but I am. My heart just dropped. I swear I don't think I was even breathing. I was holding my breath.
It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are.
Keep in mind that there's 8 billion people in the world. There's good days where you feel really positive, you're going to find that one, and there's going to be days where you feel like you're going to be lonely forever. There's somebody out there. It's not close the door. Don't close your heart.
Love is an open door. Sorry, you just brought me right into that one.
I was asking for it.
You were. Has anyone ever said that it was disgusting or wrong?
For people who say, that's disgusting, it's wrong, here's what I gotta say. You live once. I'd rather live an honest life than hide away. Because the people who hide themselves away, their true selves, never really get to live.
And how do you feel about surgeries and stuff?
Personally, right now, I'm happy just being able to people to say him and to see me as a male. So right now, I am happy. It just depends on the person, that they really need that to really show who they are.
Feel complete?
Feel complete.
Do you feel like that you need that?
One day I would like to. I want to start off with doing testosterone shots, which is like the first step you take, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long process. It's expensive, but most people get somebody to sponsor them. You have to be like this form of group therapy and live as your gender for over 2 years before you get accepted for like surgery and certain things. There's quite a few hoops you have to jump through.
Is there anything that you want to say on to people who want to know how to get into that or where they should start?
There are specialized doctors who work with just hormones.
Speaking of hormones, don't get testosterone off the street. You can buy it
No,
on the street.
don't.
Do not do that. It's bad for you. It's too high of a dose for what actually is supposed to, for you to be taking. Therefore, you actually can go really crazy and angry and lash out at people because your body is not prepared to take that much hormones of a guy when you already have female hormones or vice versa.
And don't use ace bandages to wrap your chest. It constricts your lungs and can cause permanent damage as well. Get real binders.
Have you ever had anyone actually comment on what it was or anything?
A couple people, it's difficult because sadly I actually have big boobs. My mom jokes around that I was gifted and low waist.
How do you think that being transgender has affected who you are?
Opened up a lot of doors for me as a writer.
Opened a lot of doors as a writer.
As a writer, I have started writing more stories that deal with identity and gender. But besides that, nothing really changed besides I was happier. People are saying the name that I would call myself when I was alone and use the pronouns that when they would say she or her, the only thing going through my head was him, he, and now I can hear it out loud. So if anything, it made me a hell of a lot happier. There's any kind of support group, go.
And just because your school doesn't have it, doesn't mean it's not there. Search the internet. There is groups for everything.
School guidance counselors can also help point
in
you
high school
or middle school, wherever you're at.
College.
And
if not, online. Sure, you can find forums.
Chat rooms. All I gotta say is if you're feeling something, talk about it. Don't hide it in. Don't stay in that closet.
Don't try to suppress it.
Don't hide.
I did that for years. I suppressed I don't want to be. I can't be. That just makes life too hard. And yeah, it makes it hard. But
would
you can move forward and you can find happiness and work around those obstacles. Because to find true happiness, you got to work for it. Happiness isn't just handed to you. This is life. Come on.
Unless someone hands you a Disney movie or a cake, that's happiness being handed to you. Do you think we should talk about sex?
I love sex. Yeah.
Sex is great.
So sex. You're straight male without the male sexual reproduction organs being a penis. How do you go about that?
Here's the thing about sex. It's all about if you're ready or when you're ready, who you're with. A lot of people who are female to male, they use strap-ons. Lesbians use them too, but for someone who sees himself as male, to have that external piece makes you feel a little bit better.
Since you don't have sensation in a penis, since you don't have a penis yet, do you feel totally connected because you aren't getting feeling at the same time? Guys, when they have sex with girls, they both normally feel at the same time, so how do you feel about that?
That's something I want to feel, but at the same time, I still feel connected with the woman that I'm with. We are still sharing something that is very passionate and very real and something that goes deep into your soul.
You still have a vagina technically, so how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about getting your period every month?
It feels like it's the first time all over again. It's still really awkward. And if I need something, I use code words. I don't say the actual words. I'm still in denial. Pad is gear. Tampon is I'm part of the tribe. So I don't even buy them. Like, I call up my mom and be like, I need tribal equipment. I'll buy it for my girlfriend. Buy whatever she wants. If she needs tampons, pads, whatever kind it is, I don't care. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm so lonely. Look at that boulder. That's a nice boulder. Shrek. It's awkward every month. It really is. And every month you really hope. Yeah.
How do you feel about bathrooms?
Bathrooms, oh goodness. I now use the male bathrooms on campus. When I am at stores and stuff, I look around. You know, you don't want people being like freaking out, and that's kind of one of the downsides of society.
Well, if you were binded, would you just go into the guys?
Yes, I would go into the guys.
Peace standing up.
No, you need a piece. The STB stand 2P. It's a little cup. Yeah, you just hold it and yeah, it guides it. And they have some that are very realistic.
There's ones that you can actually pee into and it'll come out just looking just like a penis.
It does. No one can tell the difference. Like, and even if a guy did look, it actually looks like you have a penis.
Okay, is there any like last comments about being transgender or dealing with it or accepting yourself you'd want to like touch on?
Accepting yourself. It takes time to really think, is this who I really am, or is this based off of something else? Just meditate, try it out. What makes you happy? And write it down on paper. Or look in the mirror, or draw a picture of how you see yourself. I have sketches in my room, near my mirror, of what I see myself as. And to be quite honest, they all look like Peter Pan.
Hope this helped, and have a lovely day. Okay, thanks. Bye.